So just a few weeks ago, Bray Wyatt was released by the WWE. But what happened yesterday during Monday Night Raw was very interesting. We're going to talk about it in today's video. This is your boy Tony, and this is Destination Pro Wrestling. What up, everybody? Tony from DPW here, bringing you guys a new video. If you guys want more videos like this, feel free to click that like button. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Do you agree, disagree? I want to know. Most importantly, if you guys could click that subscribe button, ring the bell. This way you get notified of all the latest content being dropped on DPW. But if you guys haven't been paying attention to social media, Bray Wyatt dropped this teaser. It's very interesting. Yep. So The Fiend, I don't know what's going on with The Fiend, but this looks like a darker version of The Fiend. I don't even really know how to describe this image. Maybe some face paint, maybe a mask. The eyeball completely covered, more than likely would be covered by a contact. But it's very interesting. And why it's very interesting is because during Monday Night Raw last night, in front of the live attendance in Florida, guys, this was insane. WWE aired a video package for Bray Wyatt. I don't even know where to start. So originally when Bray Wyatt was released, it was said that yesterday's episode of Raw was going to be his return. Sean Ross Sapp even came out and said that all of the talk about mental health and whatever was not necessarily the issue. Bray Wyatt had some other commitments for the months of May and June, or June and July, or whatever it may be. And then he was going to return last night. Now, also, what makes this story even more crazy is the fact that, coincidentally, WWE actually released a new Bray Wyatt Fiend t-shirt. It was redesigned. It was repackaged. It was a new version of the Fiend. Darker, right? More evil version of the Fiend. So in combination with the t-shirt and the promo package that was aired to the live attendance, either somebody in WWE did not get the memo that Bray Wyatt would be gone, or WWE just, they're messing with us. I don't know what to really say. I mean, especially when you look at this image, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, has been teasing a new character. He has been putting some stuff on social media. He has been very creative. And it tells me that one thing is for certain, Bray Wyatt will be on TV somewhere. Whether it's AEW, WWE, Impact, New Japan, I can't actually tell you straight up where it's going to be. But I find it very odd that WWE is teasing Bray Wyatt on their programming and releasing new merchandise, knowing damn well he was released. I really don't even know what WWE's plans would be with Bray Wyatt. I don't know why they even released Bray Wyatt. I mean, you could blame it on budget cuts, but this guy is your top merch seller. This guy is one of your top names. And Bray Wyatt comes out on social media and says, you can't kill it. We need answers from WWE. It's very, very important that WWE begins to give us answers, because quite honestly, when it comes to WWE, there's a lack of transparency these days. You could keep saying budget cuts if you'd like, but to me, budget cuts don't make sense. In just a moment, we're also going to talk about some of the plans that WWE had for Bray Wyatt and whether or not those plans will, essentially ever kick into full gear, because there's another person that was released by WWE. After he was released, it was said that WWE is looking at bringing him back, and that was Braun Strowman. And I know Braun Strowman is going, or may have already gone, to Qatar Pro Wrestling, probably one of the only other organizations that can afford him that technically aren't a North American, television program. Impact Wrestling probably can't afford Braun Strowman. AEW can't afford Braun Strowman, but the real question is, are they going to shell out that type of money, especially after signing CM Punk and Daniel Bryan? It sounds like Braun Strowman, after he was released, WWE wants to bring him back under a lighter schedule or a little bit lesser money. Maybe WWE is doing the same thing with Bray Wyatt. WWE is a very smart company, and I'm not giving WWE credit here. I'm not saying that WWE is going to do this, but I can see WWE kayfabing releases to get people talking about their product again. Because when people are talking about their product, when people are talking about AEW, it does do good things for WWE, especially if Bray Wyatt randomly comes out of nowhere and they are able to hide the surprise. So is it possible that that could be the situation here, right? Braun Strowman released, eventually comes back. Bray Wyatt released, eventually comes back. Wyndham Rotunda, either way, will be wrestling somewhere. He was cleared medically. The mental health stuff that people were talking about, I'm not even sure why that ever got brought up, but that was brought up. But that is said to not be an issue. It wasn't an issue. It didn't cause him to take time off from WWE, despite reports coming out that that was primarily the reason. I'm intrigued here, mainly because we just don't really know. But what were the plans for WWE and Bray Wyatt? And if he does return, what can we expect? Yes, the idea was for Bray Wyatt to be repackaged as a more evil character. So when we see an image like this, it is safe to say that WWE would have, more than likely, utilized some form of this creative design. But also, WWE was interested in rebuilding Bray Wyatt to be essentially what Bray Wyatt said. You can't kill him. You can't kill it. You can't kill the Fiend. And I think WWE has done such a great job with storytelling with the Fiend. But when the Fiend loses at a WrestleMania match against Randy Orton, it didn't make sense. At the time, we all thought he lost because he was dealing with the mental health issues of his friend passing away. But of course, since that rumor has been pretty much thrown out the window, it tells me WWE either had something better in place after that match, or WWE was just making another creative booking mistake. I don't get it. I don't understand it. To be honest with you, I'm more intrigued now than ever because I didn't see this coming. But Bray Wyatt going on a tear, undefeated, can't lose. Similar to what we saw against him and Seth Rollins. I know a lot of people didn't like that, but that was something I personally enjoyed. That was something I personally could get behind. So I'm all for it, guys. I'm all for it. But I don't know what to expect going forward. So, with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. Bray Wyatt, is he returning to WWE or not? WWE is teasing something. Or WWE is just simply stupid as hell. Based on their track record this past year, guys, since COVID even became a thing, WWE kind of leans towards the stupid and idiotic part, but that's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Tony from DPW, Discord, all of that cool stuff, and the links down below. I'll see you next time.